Hey, Lake Charles, Russ Silvers here, your CBS Eye on the Lake guy. How do we introduce you? The Voice's own, DeRidder's own.
Yeah, singer. I have to say I'm a singer from Singer, Louisiana. And,
of course you got to say that.
Yeah, they'll give me heck if I don't. You know.
DeRidder's own Gyth Rigdon here. It was 20. Tell me what year was it?
2019.
2019, just before. I don't know if you heard there was a pandemic. Did you hear about that?
It passed through my door. Yeah.
So let me tell you the connection I had to The Voice. I made the mistake, 2015, I made the mistake of being an audience member. Somehow I got tickets and sat there. And that was a grueling, you start early in the morning, they lock you in the studio, 8 hours, you can't eat, you can't go to the bathroom, you can't do anything. It was tough.
It's similar to Angola. I heard Angola is kind of like that, except they have a rodeo, you know?
But you were backstage.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been much better.
No, it wasn't. And we had food and we had bathrooms, but I think the worst part of it is we were kind of treated like children. You know, we get there at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and you start with hair and makeup, and then you get ready, you get all your nice clothes on, and then you have to walk around with this. What did they put on you at the barbershop? The
bib.
The bib. Yeah,
right. The cape,
but it's like
a
full body bib. I felt like Superman in reverse.
Right.
Yeah, so it was in front of you. In a cocoon, yeah, right. So anytime we stood up, you had to put one on because you couldn't spill anything on you, didn't want to get no makeup on your clothes. I mean, the whole works. It was
I'm going to ask a bunch of questions. The wardrobe, did they pick that for you? Did you pick it?
It was a collaboration because there was a couple things that they were like, "You're putting this on," and I said, "No, I'm not."
So when you're filming something like this, they pulled me as an audience member aside and made me turn a T-shirt inside out.
Yeah.
I didn't have any logo on it,
really?
But there was a design that they thought could have, I guess, covered. I had to turn a T-shirt on inside out. So they were constantly scrutinizing every single thing on you to make sure that there was no copyright violation. Yeah, it's not easy.
We had the same thing. Matter of fact, me wearing a cross was kind of almost a controversy.
Really? You can't be the first guy on The Voice that wanted to wear a cross.
No, but I bet I was the first one that told them if they made me put it in my shirt that I would walk off stage.
Good for you.
I guarantee I was the first one. So, but no, for the most part, they let us kind of choose what we wanted to wear. And we had free range on that. We kind of had free range on our songs. The further we made it into the show, at first it was like, send us 100 of your favorite songs and we'll pick one. And so I don't have 100 favorite songs. So, you know, after 5, I'm just throwing songs in the mix, you know.
Or just repeating the same ones.
Yeah, repeating the same ones over and over and over again.
Right.
But by the time we made it to the end, you know, we was sending them 2 or 3 songs and that we would want to sing, and then kind of go from there. You know, they kind of let us have some free will.
Okay, so if you don't know, it's filmed at Universal Studios Hollywood out in California. When you're out there, obviously you want to get picked to stay, but there's kind of a curse that comes with that too, because you're on your own dime out there. People don't know that.
Well, no, they took care of us.
They did.
Yeah.
And your family?
And my family.
Okay.
And my family. Yeah, they actually did. It was really cool, man. They flew us out. They flew my family out, and the further we made it, the better they took care of you? The better they took care of us. You know, we had the grapes and the flag, you know, I was hanging out over the pool, you know, they was taking care of it. We was living the high life, you know.
And you were Team Blake.
Team Blake.
Any story that you can share with us that maybe you haven't told before?
For TV?
Sure.
Woo. Yeah. Blake told me some stories whenever. Oh man, I don't even know if it's TV stuff. Blake is a very, oh man, how do you describe Blake? Very outgoing guy, I guess you would say. And he told me some stories, just some road stories.
Road stories? Yeah.
Some road stories. Yeah. This is some campfire stories that one night you guys will have to come hang out with us on an acoustic night in a bar room. This is bar room stories. So this leaves a tale for the crowd to come out to one of my shows one day.
Where the substances flow.
Where the substances flow. And but Blake's a very outgoing guy, man. Super just a guy you'd want to sit down and have a beer with, you know, honestly. As far as stories with Blake, I don't have any that's other than when the substances flow.
Is he the one that you wanted to pick you?
You know, a lot of people ask me because John was blocked. So I turned Blake, Kelly, John Legend, and then Adam, his chair got stuck for some reason. He didn't turn. Yeah, right? Crazy. You know, mechanical issues, right?
Yeah.
People ask me all the time, would you to pick John? No, John was never an option of mine.
Okay.
Because he was blocked. It was always between Kelly and Blake, 100%.
Yeah.
And I grew up listening to Kelly. Dude, Kelly is phenomenal.
Yes, she is.
I mean, absolute phenomenal. It was really a toss-up. It was a coin toss till it came out of my mouth. I didn't know what I was gonna do. There was, throughout the process, I had friends that was on Kelly's team, and I had friends that was on John, friends on Adam.
Yeah.
The way that Kelly treated her,
Her team?
her team,
Yeah.
yeah, the way Kelly treated her team and the way Blake treated their, our team, both fantastic. There was a couple times when I was like, dang, I kind of wish I was on Kelly's team.
Grass is greener.
Yeah, the grass is greener,
Yeah.
and then you walk backstage and Blake Shelton has all brand new guitars for his teammates, and I was like, oh, you know what, Blake, I take it back. This is nice.
Well, competition makes everybody better, and the fact that the coaches were competing against each other, that favors you folks as well.
Yeah, Kelly actually brought all of her teammates a personal diary for each one of them where she hand wrote a letter with a bonus in the
that's
in the
nice.
diary, and so that's really special.
But you got a guitar.
But I have a guitar. But I have a guitar.
All right, so this happens, 2019, and then things kind of collapse. 2020 comes along, just when you should be riding that wave.
Yeah.
The world turns almost literally upside down.
Man, it was surreal, man. I was rolling.
Yeah.
I played 200 plus dates in 2019. I had the same amount scheduled or more in 2020, but I had the biggest date scheduled in 2020, and it was on May 13th. And that was the day that my daughter was to be born.
Really? Okay.
And so all of the other dates around it, even the dates that was on May 12th and May 14th, we were literally scheduling flights to come in, be here for the birth, and hit the road.
Yeah.
And
But in May of 2020, that wasn't happening.
it wasn't happening. We was in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. We was doing a run up there. Whenever everything was on the news saying, hey, they're closing down borders, we don't know if we're going to get home. Actually, one of our shows, we did a Thursday, Friday, Saturday show. Thursday night, this is how drastic it hit the world and how fast it hit the world. Thursday night, show was packed out. Okay. Friday night, by the time 24 hours had passed, from Thursday to Friday night, we didn't have a quarter of the crowd because they were already talking about shutting everything down.
And people were scattering.
Yep. And by Saturday, the show got canceled.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
boom,
month
boom,
would
boom.
this have been in 2020?
This was in February.
Right.
So Thursday, full crowd. Friday, hardly anybody there. Saturday, canceled.
Crickets.
And so we load everybody up. We start heading home, and I'm like, am I calling in favors to open the borders to get back in Louisiana? What's happening here? I got
a senator.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right. I got a 7-month pregnant wife, and or however, whatever it is, and so I'm trying to get home, and I make it home, and I'm thinking, music's our income, right?
Yeah.
This is what we do. But I'm like, we're good. I got contracts. We got, everybody has signed their contracts for the year.
Yeah.
And so they start calling one after the other. Hey, guy, we're canceling the show. we're postponing. That's what they kept saying. We're
Right,
postponing.
right. So let me explain. A lot of contracts are written with what's called a force majeure, meaning an act of God comes up, and they were claiming that, of course, nobody saw this coming. They were claiming the pandemic was a force majeure. So if you cancel the show, typically it's a pay or play.
Yeah.
But if they postpone the show, then they can kick that down the road, and that's exactly what everybody was doing.
Yep. Yep. So I am living off of money that was supposed to be coming to me.
Right.
You know, that deposits were made, but now, you know, I'm just now playing shows that were postponed from 2020. Right. You know,
playing catch up.
Playing catch up, man. And so all the shows canceled. I didn't have nothing to do. We're sitting around the house.
Here in Southwest Louisiana?
Here in Southwest Louisiana.
Okay.
My wife is a real estate agent. We actually, since then, we've bought a real estate company, and that's what we're doing now. And fortunately, when music did this, real estate did this.
That's right.
And we was able to keep bread on the table.
Good.
But May 13th rolls around, and my life changed like that, man. My little girl was here, and
So you had a COVID baby.
I have a COVID baby.
That's great.
And let me tell you what, we sat in our house being parents. Nope. It was kind of a blessing, because I wouldn't want it any other way. I could not imagine to have come in, watch my kid be born, leave out, and watch her being raised over FaceTime. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't picture that. My little girl, you saw her. She came up on stage with me last night.
Yes.
And she loves music. She loves to hear Daddy song. And
well, she kind of loves the crowd a little bit too.
She loves the crowd. She is a crowd pleaser. And so 2020 had her, and I just had another one. I got my little boy. He's 5 months old. Me and him actually share a birthday. Yeah.
Different years, I'm guessing.
Yeah, different years. Yeah, a little bit of a gap. But you know what? We haven't been as busy as we were, and I'm okay with it.
My sense is, though, that people are kind of shaking that tree of live entertainment. It's kind of starting to fall apart now.
It is.
Do you also find that people aren't booking so far out in the future now? They're saying things like, well, "What are you doing next month?"
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not booking in December and January and February like I used to. You know, I am booking 30, 45 days kind of max right now.
Yeah.
And it is kind of scary. You know, that's how it used to be. When I played the bar rooms and stuff like that, that's how it used to be. I would call the bar owners and be like, hey, let's go ahead and get on schedule for next month.
Right. Somebody just dropped out. So,
yeah,
that's the way it worked in the business. Yeah.
But I don't play the bars much anymore. I try to stick with just festivals.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of tough, because even with festivals, you know, you trying to book a big headliner, those headliners, they still book far in advance. Yeah. You know, your big guys.
Well, you're just a micro step underneath that, though.
Yeah, you know, I told myself in the very beginning, if I stop today, I can't ever say that I didn't make it.
Right.
You know what's crazy is people tell me all the time, I hope you make it, guys. I hope you make it. Well, you know, what defines making it?
Yeah.
It's your own definition. It's your own definition. And when my daughter gets on stage and looks up at me, that's...
You made it.
That's me making it.
Yeah.
That's me making it. So
there's a thing in the industry called imposter syndrome, where people, no matter how successful they are, they're afraid that one day their audience or fans are going to look and go, oh, I don't know what I was seeing at all.
Yeah.
And Paul McCartney, maybe you've heard of him.
Once or twice.
Little dent in the music industry. He himself said he just recently got over that a few years ago. Paul McCartney, arguably one of the best songwriters of all time. That it's that insecurity. You never know when it's going to end. It's terrifying.
I am okay with where I'm at. People ask me, you know, musicians ask me, you know, what's the next step?
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, you'll know. You crack through a floor, and then you stay on that floor for a long time until you're like, oh, man, and then you bust through another one. I've made it through several floors in my career, and I'm very blessed. And the only reason I'm able to do that is because the good Lord above and my friends and family and my fans are amazing. And so if I never leave this floor, I'm okay with it. But I'm still not done.
Yes.
I'm still not done. I still got music coming. We have been working. I am gearing up to go back to Nashville to get back in the studio. I have half of my new project done, and we're trying to finish writing and producing the next half of it.
Because people think just because you were on The Voice doesn't necessarily mean anything. You can win. There's a lot of people that won The Voice that have really done much in their career at all. Other people have a great career, never did the television thing. So the steps are different for everybody.
It is. It absolutely is. You know, The Voice was just a milestone.
A significant one.
A significant milestone. It was. It really helped put me on the map nationally. And helped get a lot of exposure. But here in Southwest Louisiana, even before The Voice, we was shaking the trees. You know, we was playing. We was starting to get on the big festivals, and we had a lot of success down here before.
So it launched out of there.
It just launched me out of there.
So you came out of there to this success. What's it like suddenly having everybody in your face wanting to, ask you something?
Yeah, you know, people come up to me and they're like, I'm so sorry to bother you. You know, we just want to take a picture. It's not a bother at all. You know, I signed up for this career, and if you didn't want to take a picture with me, then I'm not doing my job, you know, right?
Yeah.
And so I've taken pictures anywhere you can imagine.
Maybe not the restroom.
Please, not the restroom.
Maybe not the restroom.
And but I love it. I love that my wife, she's okay with it. She is my rock. She has been with me from when it was me and the bartender playing. Matter of fact, my wife, when I moved to Nashville, so my wife and I met in 2013.
Okay.
September of 2013. I moved to Nashville in October, and I don't know if I ever told this, but she. So when we met September 12th of 2013.
Good man to remember.
Yeah. And October 5th or 6th, something like that, I moved to Nashville, right? So we only knew each other for vaguely a month. And I'm fresh out of high school. I'm trying to move to a new state, have a full career, nothing holding me back. I had no woman. And she said, I was like, well, Bailey, you know, you're amazing. You're beautiful. You know, I really enjoyed this time, but I'm moving. And she's like, okay, cool, good. Yeah, I'll see. I'm going to come up there and visit you. I was like, I don't think you quite understanding what I'm saying. I am moving. You're staying here. I might see you if I come down to visit.
That's one theory.
And she said, well, if you think that we're breaking up, that's not the case. And I
She's
said,
like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah. And I was like, well, hold on. No, I'm breaking up with you. And she said, no, we're not. We're not breaking up. That's out of it. It's not even an option. And I was like, okay, well, all right. So I move up to Nashville, and she had a job at Subway in Ragley. We had in a little gas station.
Yeah.
I had 3 jobs in Nashville. I drove for Lyft, I worked for a contractor, and I did security whenever I lived up there. And still had no money. She worked at Subway paying my rent down here. And
Thanks, Bailey.
Thanks, babe, for not breaking up with me or letting me break up with you, right?
Yeah.
And so, what are we, 9 years later? 2 kids, married, got a business, got a full life, you know. So
and integral to the team too.
Yeah, absolutely. She is a major part of the Gyth Rigdon brand.
Okay, let's back just a little bit. So where were you the summer of 2020 then? So you had things canceled like in February, March.
Okay.
And then because that's when the hurricane happened.
Yeah.
Were you local here then?
I was, man.
So talk about getting kicked while you're down.
Oh, dude. I mean, I don't know what we did so wrong here in Louisiana, but the good Lord made up for it. I'm gonna tell you, Mother Nature had it out for us.
Yeah.
We were here. Our house had minor damages. Now we left. We went to Nacogdoches, and I'm going to tell you right now, brand new dad. Mm-hmm. I was freaking
Of
out.
course you were.
My daughter was, when did it hit? August?
Yeah, just before August.
So my daughter was 3 months old.
No, in August. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So around 3 months old.
Yes.
So I am in Nacogdoches at my in-laws, and the storm takes a turn.
Right.
And I'm watching it on my radar, and it takes a turn, and it's like coming towards Nacogdoches, and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's in the middle of the night. I'm thinking like, babe, load her up. We're hitting the road. And so I'm freaking out. Well, turns out storm changes and heads off in another direction, thank God. Yeah. I load up. I come back. I go buy a chainsaw before I even come home.
Smart man.
And I get to my road, and my house is probably a mile up my road, but it's a straight line. You can almost see my house down there. And it was nothing but pine trees, one after the other, as far as you could see.
It's like the haunted forest from Wizard of Oz.
I'm telling you, man. Like, if I'd have had a dirt bike, I might have been okay. It just, But I didn't even know where to start. But you know what was awesome, man, is every road you drove by or house you drove by, it wasn't the person who lived there that was working on it. It was everybody else.
Yeah.
It was everybody else.
Like Charles Strong, that was it.
They came together, man.
So your music business, you are riding a wave. The COVID thing happens. 2 weeks, shut down just for 2 weeks to flatten the curve. That's all, just 2 weeks. Turned into almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And then just we're all wondering, when are we going to get back to normal? Then this happens. If you remember, there were like 2 hurricanes. There was an ice storm.
Back
It was boom, boom, weird stuff. It's taken this long for the thing to kind of reset, because entertainment is one of the very first things that people cancel when times get rough, because they think they can live without it. Mm-hmm. But it's also one of the very first things to come back.
Absolutely.
So now let's get that wave going.
Yeah. So that's where we're at now. We're in the process of recording this new album, and we got half of it done. Working on the other half. We are. I'm really excited about this new project, man. This is kind of me stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit.
Polka?
Yeah, absolutely it is. So me stepping out of my comfort zone, being a dad. Being on stage, building this new show.
Well, your priorities have changed. Your art is going to reflect that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have things to write about now.
Right.
So, this new wave of Gyth Rigdon is going to be different. My brother said it best. He's like, Gyth, you've been off for 2 years. Now is the time. If you ever wanted to rebrand yourself, now is the time to do that.
He's right.
So that's where we're at. That's
Excellent.
where we're at now.
And if people want to follow you, how can they do it?
Facebook, Instagram,
Yep.
Twitter.
Yep.
I am on TikTok. All of my stuff is verified, Gyth Rigdon, blue check mark, except for TikTok. For some reason, they haven't verified me yet.
That's weird. Come on, TikTok.
Yeah, right. But I did tell you yesterday my OnlyFans. So
yes, that's right.
And Tinder.
And Tinder. Good.
And Tinder. Yeah, I have good feet pics. Good feet pics. Yes.
That's hilarious.
I have kids to feed.
I hate to ask this. I hate the word drop. Do you have any idea when your album is going to be released? I hate it when the kids go, it's going to drop on.
Yeah, I'm going to drop that.
You have an idea when it's going to be released?
7-Eleven.
Yeah.
I don't, man. I actually
By
don't.
Christmas?
Probably not going to be out this year.
Okay.
But you know what? I might come out with a new Christmas song this year. I came out with my first Christmas song last year. I haven't ever done a Christmas song until last year. People's always asked me, but I've been on the verge and thinking about going back to my roots of doing a Christmas/gospel
there you go.
record. That's kind of where I started in the churches, and like I said, I'm 2 years out of retirement, so why not rebrand myself? So I don't know. We got some cool things that we're playing with right now. I'm excited.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gyth Rigdon, everyone. CBS Lake Charles.
Thank you, brother.
Dude.